once again here in Florida for Sebring International Raceway to host the epic conclusion of the 2021 YACademy F4 Winter Series. 3 rounds of action set for today. Round number 4 will kick us off. We'll go through rounds 5 and 6, and it is a shaken up starting lineup getting set to go green. Nico Christodoulou and Matt Christensen will make up the front row. Championship leader Matt Clark had an issue in post-race tech inspection following qualifying. He rolls off shotgun on the field here for the first race of the day. So here we are, looking for the green flag for your front row, and it's a great start on board Nikita Johnson from row number 2. He's already cleared into second, now side by side for the lead with Nico Christodoulou down to turn number 1. This is the turn number 1 off the start, of course, as they start on the back straightaway, and everybody shuffling wide as we've got a series of left and right S-shaped turns to start the first sector of the very first lap. Matt Clark already going to work now. This is side by side with his teammate Artie Flores. He'll get by going into this corner, and Elliott Cox will follow through as well. That'll be 2 spots lost for the Mexican driver. Up front, Nico Christodoulou and Matt Christensen drop back. It is Nikita Johnson leading. Christodoulou has found a wheel to the outside, looking for the inside on his VRD teammate. He sends it deep. It's going to get a little bit loose, and around he goes. Nico Christodoulou out of the lead there, at least challenging for it. He's all the way to the tail end of the field. Again, looking at this right across the nose. Nearly collected Nikita Johnson. And along with that, Rodrigo Gutierrez, Christian Weir, Jason Alder, all having to make evasive action to try and avoid the spinning number 22 VRD car. Now, let's go back to the lead. Here comes Matt Christensen, the J. Howard Driver Development entry, taking full advantage of the 2 VRD cars nearly coming together, and he is now your new leader as we go under the bridge and will officially cross the start-finish line for the very first time. It is a tight fight in the midfield right now. Everybody is 2 and 3 abreast, especially off the long backstretch. Now with the front straightaway as well. Matt Clark trying to cut his way forward for some more spots. He is wheel-to-wheel with Rodrigo Gutierrez down to turn 1, and Jason Alder. Christian Weir also looking for ways around. Alder going to be able to get by Gutierrez that time, so he'll move the DC Autosport entry back a little ways as Clark takes full advantage. Now here's Clark looking around. Oh, that's going to be Weir that goes around in front of him. So Christian Weir from inside the top 5 trying to refire. He's deep outside the top 10 now. Clark to the inside of Nikita Johnson. This is now crouching in on the top 3 spots. He's going to get that. He will get clear. The Canadian championship points leader Matt Clark making up some valuable ground here in round number 4. He's already up to second. Rodrigo Gutierrez side by side with Elliott Cox. This is a good fight here just on the edge of your top 5. Gutierrez is by into the final corner. More battles throughout the racetrack. Here's Christian Weir going by on the Future Star Racing number 8 of Chloe Chambers. He'll take the spot away down to turn number 1, and the recovery drive for the DC Autosport entry is starting. Nico Christodoulou's on one as well. Here he goes on Artie Flores, who is trying to defend. They're going to go side by side, nearly bang tires as they go door to door, and that'll give the position to Christodoulou with the momentum change. And Nico Christodoulou, again, what should have been a massive point swing in his direction, he is now trying to play catch up and make sure it doesn't go the opposite way as we see more battles here with Juju Noda this time coming under pressure from Christian Weir, and Weir around the outside. He will get clear of that spot and another spot back again for Christian. Speaking of making spots back, Matt Clark looking for the lead here on the inside of Matt Christensen. He'll take the spot away as we go down to turn number 1. Matt Clark from the rear of the field to the lead here in the first race at Sebring. He qualified inside the top 3 again, was one of the fastest cars throughout all of practice. Now we look back to second. Nikita Johnson is still there. He has been lurking on Matt Christensen. Whoa, big send down the inside. He caught Christensen sleeping going into the hairpin, and Nikita Johnson takes over the second spot. He'll start to make a charge. No, Christensen back on the inside. He's clear again, so Matt Christensen reclaims second. And now Matt Clark is well outside the drafting window. That's exactly what he was hoping for as they approach the final sector of S's before the long 2 straightaways. The backstretch leading into turn 16 and 17, and your long front straightaway as we battle for second. That'll essentially lock Matt Clark in to the lead and a potential race win if he can hold on to it here in race number 4. Here comes Johnson again, though. He is right on the rear wing, right behind Matt Christensen. Missed a shift there. That's going to cost momentum. Meanwhile, behind him, good pass here from Christian Ware down the inside on Jason Alder. Alder, of course, was no stranger to comeback drives back in Homestead. He's now watching one try and go by him. As again, Christian Ware, good exit, good momentum. They're still going to be side by side down the front stretch. Give the advantage, though, to the number 51 DC Autosport entry, and Christian Ware is clear under the Chevrolet bridge. He will hold on as Alder sends it down the inside. I don't think he's going to have enough momentum to hold it, though. And over the bumps, will lose some ground. Now Ware is on the defensive. This battle continuing here already through this lap. And look at that, Alder deep around the outside. He's going to have good momentum this time. Christian Ware under fire for the spot he just got. Jason Alder nosing ahead, but the next corner will go back in Ware's favor. Let's see if Alder can hang it around the outside for the second sharp right-hand corner in a row. Down the turn, it's about 120 degrees. Ware gets the momentum, shuts the door right there on Jason Alder, and that will end that fight for the moment. Christian Ware comes out the winner of the battle and the winner of round number 4 with no issues from behind. From the rear of the field to P1, Matt Clark will win the first race of the afternoon. After such a great opening couple rounds in Homestead, to go through the adversity he saw with a post-race tech infraction that had him start dead last on the grid, to come all the way through without any issue and to win in dominating fashion here for race number 1 is very impressive on the part of Matt Clark.
This track's incredible. I'd say it's probably my favorite track that I've raced on so far, and it really provides a lot of passing opportunities, so I'm really looking forward to race 2.
Matt came up to me after I made a couple mistakes and he passed me, and then I didn't really set my fast time until the very end, and I just felt like the car didn't really come in.
So the sprint race portion, the inverted grid, set to go green. Round number 5 of the YACademy F4 Winter Series is underway, and it is not a good start for your front row. In fact, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead here. Already Flores got the bad jump from the pole, and now Rodrigo Gutierrez to his outside. There's Jason Alder around the outside trying to hang on for the lead, and through the middle. What a great start as they are all over the place here. Big time changes. There's Nico Christodoulou. He's by Gutierrez. So the 22 car moving forward. Nikita Johnson following his VRD teammate through the grid. And again, they are shaking up. We'll give you an update of where everybody's at in just a moment. But it is a heck of a start for the 22. And the number 7, his teammate side by side. Look at Matt Clark. Nearly banging wheels with Rodrigo Gutierrez. He was 3 wide down to the bottom there. Still side by side. He's got to set up. It's a long back straightaway here and try to stay inside the toe. Here comes Christodoulou now on the pole sitter. Artie Flores, again, did not get a good jump. Fell back to 3rd off the hole shot. Now looking to the inside. Christodoulou, this will put him in a podium spot. Already 1 spot higher, looking to be from where he was in round number 4. He's clear, and Nikita Johnson going to come along for the ride. He'll go to 4th. Flores down to 5th. Artie Flores' teammate Matt Clark is going to be coming through the field shortly after here in the number 23. In fact, here he is. There's Clark inside, right after the 2 cars in front of him that he's battling for the championship got by. Clark wasting no time either. Now they're going to go all over the place here for the lead. We saw already Christian Ware with that great start to go through the middle. Now he's put in the middle, but this time going backwards as Christodoulou on the bottom. Jason Alder to the outside. Side by side for the lead out of the hairpin. They already got through with Christian Ware, who is side by side with Nikita Johnson. They are 2 by 2 for the top 4 spots. And Matt Clark, your championship leader, licking his chops right behind the leaders as they go into another hard braking zone. And on the outside, again, can Jason Alder hang there? It looks like he will. He'll keep the momentum, and so will Christian Ware as he pushes Johnson wide. They're still side by side for 3rd, though, and Christodoulou going to have another look to the inside for the lead. He'll send it deep. Side by side. Oh, contact! And around goes Christian Ware. That's off the front tire of Matt Clark. Spun out of 3rd. Here comes Matt Christensen, another outside championship contender. He'll go on Artie Flores to take the now 4th position. And Christian Ware, Matt Clark, that incident definitely going to come under review from the stewards. Meanwhile, up front here, Jason Alder trying to hang on over Nico Christodoulou. He runs wide on the cold tires. side by side to the same section. Christodoulou lost the lead in round number 4. He's now going to look to gain it. Unfortunately for him, Alder did not fully go around like he did, so they are still side by side. Now 3 wide. Here comes Nikita Johnson down the inside. One of the youngest drivers on the grid in this YACademy F4 Winter Series is now going to go to the lead once again. He already won a round back at Homestead. He's looking to make it 2 checkered flags on the season, and it is 4 drivers still battling for the lead as Clark bounces over the bumps through the inside of the final corner. He'll get into 3rd as Alder ran wide. Got some marbles on the tires. And here we go for the lead. 3 wide, Clark to the bottom. Matt Clark, the championship leader, making some aggressive moves early. It might pay off. He is being crowded tightly by Christodoulou. Runs it wide, though, coming out of turn number 1. And around goes Jason Alder. Alder with a major crash down in the first corner. He absolutely pile drive the tires. It has moved the camera on the car. Major rear end damage as they continue to race up front. I don't know if the safety car will have to get pulled for that one. They are still going. Matt Clark was signaling there with his hand. Christodoulou, Nico, let's work together. Nico wants to go for the lead though, and they'll stay side by side. And I believe now they'll go back single file here, and we are under caution indeed. Matt Clark and Nico Christodoulou, the top 2, and a driver that was right there with them, Jason Alder, getting checked out by the on-site medical team. So we're going to have a full course safety car on the racetrack and a full course restart as the Ferrari 458 safety car leads your field around. It is Matt Clark the leader, while the officials continue to retrieve Jason Alder's F4 US Championship car, and he's going to probably have to go to a backup. That was some major damage and a major impact. It's important and, of course, awesome to see Alder being able to walk away, but as the field slowly works its way around the equipment on the racetrack, trying to clear out the damage and reset the tire barrier in turn number 1 that he made contact with, we stay under caution. Here we go for the restart. Matt Clark did not get a good jump. Nico Christodoulou is there on the inside for the lead onto the Chevrolet bridge and into the first corner. And Nico Christodoulou is going to be able to outbrake Clark. He'll claim the lead as they go for turn 2. And look at that, Nikita Johnson, his teammate, going to come along with him. They'll go side by side for second. Clark trying to hang on tough, and that door will get closed. And Nikita Johnson moves into P2 as his teammate pulls away a little bit out front, and Clark back to P3. Meanwhile, in the midfield, it's still going on. Artie Flores under heavy fire from Rodrigo Gutierrez, and Gutierrez is by there in the hairpin, so Rodrigo Gutierrez picks a spot back as Flores continues to fade. Now up front, it is Clark under fire from Christensen as the VRD drivers are working together. They've got a nice little gap of about a second, and this battle for 3rd, raging on, is only adding to that margin for the top 2 drivers. Again, the last thing that Matt Clark needs right now is to give up any kind of championship points here to Nico Christodoulou or to Nikita Johnson. Both drivers, he had a nice little margin on coming in. Meanwhile, Matt Christensen is on the opposite end. He is in desperation mode. Did not have the greatest rounds in Homestead after having a lot of pace. He had a good round there in round 4, was looking for the win, ended away with a second. Now he's trying to get into the podium and put the 26 car behind him. Here into the hairpin. He is all the way by the grass to defend. Clark has to do the same because Rodrigo Gutierrez is pressuring, and they are all backed up there by the Jay Howard driver. Now here comes the Ganella Racing number 23. Clark's teammate inside on Gutierrez. Just barely gets the nose in. Clark, oh man, Artie Flores trying to help Mac a little bit and help himself by getting by, and around goes Matt Christensen in front of the championship leader. Christensen around out of nowhere, just completely lost the front end of the car, and the rear end went around like a top. Rodrigo Gutierrez, they able to slip by Matt Clark. Now Clark having to go back to work on the 71 machine with Christensen out, and again, the leaders absolutely gone. That spin right there by Matt Christensen put a nail in the coffin of these drivers ever catching up to the top 2 without any major catastrophes. So Clark getting by Gutierrez there again for 3rd is going to really oh no, Matt Clark with a problem. Down the backstretch, he just completely slowed as they climb to 5th and 6th gear, and Clark is going to lose another spot. There goes Christensen on by. Matt Clark having issues here. He can't seem to get that car to fire when they get up to full song. Here he comes to the pit lane, and the Ganella Racing crew frantically trying to figure out what is going on with the number 26 car, and he's telling them, guys, we are full song on the gas, trying to get going, and nothing's happening. Meanwhile, for the lead, here comes Nikita Johnson. It is crunch time for himself and Nico Christodoulou. They've been driven a very smart race. This will be it. Here we go. Run to the line. Can Christodoulou hold on? He exits narrow. Johnson will still have the slingshot as they come into the Michelin Bridge. But round number 5 will go to Nico Christodoulou by about a tire length across the start-finish line. And some valuable points made up on Matt Clark, who had to DNF out of round number 5 for both Johnson and Christodoulou, the two drivers who should inherit the championship points lead going into the final round of this series this afternoon. It is time to get to it. Final race of the season. Nico Christodoulou on the front row. He'll drop the hammer nicely, and we are away. The championship points lead again from Matt Clark was absolutely disintegrated in round 5, and he's got a problem again here in round number 6. Just let about 4 or 5 cars by here in the first corner, and I think the 26's woes are continuing here into the final part of the day. They are side by side ahead of him here as Clark is watching from behind. He is not really under full power from what we can tell, but we are still in some of the slower speed sections of the racetrack. That car really had problems on the longer full speed sectors. So let's see them through the final corner. Already Flores, his teammate, losing some ground as well. He just got passed by Rodrigo Gutierrez, I believe. And as we go up front, Matt Christensen applying pressure and going for second as he gets clear on Nikita Johnson. Now will lock his sights onto Nico Christodoulou. Nikita Johnson as well. A little mischief right there as they go to the end of the final straightaway. He's got a problem also. So more mechanical woes. This time coming the way of the number 7 machine of Nikita Johnson. And he'll pull it down the standard pit lane. But again, all the teams are on the infield pit row by the start section. So Johnson coming to a halt here won't do much except possibly trigger the safety car to come and collect the number 7. And again, round number 6 off to a rocky start for a number of contenders as the Alan J safety team now going to hook up to the number 7 car, try and tow him around to the garage area. Meanwhile, Christian Ware, clear. There he goes on the inside of another spot. I believe that might have been Jason Alder he got by. And as we go to Rodrigo Gutierrez, here comes Alder back on him in a backup race car. After his massive crash in round 5, Jason Alder trying to go deep in turn 1. Oh, nearly sideways again. Might have had a little bit of a shade of the wreck, but he held it nicely. And the 77 is now back ahead of the DC Autosport entry of Rodrigo Gutierrez once again. Matt Christensen now up front has caught Nico Christodoulou, goes for the lead into the S's. Here he comes, the number 5, who has been shut out from victory lane after such a great run through the championship, leads the way. Once again, Jason Alder putting on an impressive drive as he now goes to the inside of Christian Ware. Again, these two drivers have really passed each other in their drives through the field. Ware in the morning and Alder here in the final race of the afternoon as the cloud cover has come. The 77 trying to fight with the 51 on the inside. They'll have the grip and the momentum coming out of the first corner. It's a drag race up through the gears here and then back onto the binders as they go through turn number 3. Alder gonna get the spot away from the 51 DC Autosport car. And now Christian Ware under fire from his teammate, Rodrigo Gutierrez. Ascend on the inside. They'll stay side by side to the exit. They nearly bang pods. Again, teammates going head to head here with Gutierrez on the inside. Ware to the outside will put him on the curb. He'll crowd him right back. And Christian Ware will get clear. Is he gonna cover off the bottom? He will. He'll force Gutierrez to the long way around. And he'll keep it all the way through single file. Oh, look at Gutierrez. Great move. Outside and in. Down to the final corner. Nearly gets by. He cannot. Christian Ware will hold the position. Rodrigo Gutierrez has to settle back for P4 as we watch up front. Matt Christensen trying to hang on here for a first win of the Winter Series. Round number 6 of the championship, the final race. Can he break through as he looks to the inside to defend off Christodoulou? He'll hold him through turn 3, through 4, over to turn number 5. Final time out of the Michelin Bridge. Matt Christensen is the YACademy Winter Series race winner in the final round of the championship.
For sure, it was good racing. Me and Nico were going back and forth. I was blocking to try to keep him behind. It was good, clean racing though. Oh yeah, for sure. It gives me a lot of confidence, especially because this was a backup car, and after the accident we couldn't use that car from the second race. So to be able to hop in this and first few laps in it in a very long time and be as quick as we were is you know, it's quite nice.
I felt really quick in the last couple laps, gaining on him, trying to make moves everywhere, but I wasn't able to get it down the back straight. There's a whole bunch of very talented drivers in this YACademy series, and it was pretty good to go up against a lot of them.
It was a matter of time till we finally saw him on the top step, and he ends the championship that way. Your round 6 winner, Matt Christensen! Yeah! And staying consistent all the way down to the final race of the championship with a second place result to get another podium. $5,000 to your champion, Nico Christodoulou!